Hiten Patel to break us off. Final 20 minutes of the night.
Hiten gets 2 balls. Not an easy opportunity. Not what he would have wanted, but he's at the table.
We'll get a sense of his frame of mind, I think, in this visit, because this isn't easy. How much is he going to want to chase? From Phil's perspective, that first frame is always big in this situation, because you don't want to see your opponent free up and start playing great, but also when the draw's good enough, as long as you're the one that keeps edging in front, it's a good place to be. You've got a little bit more of a safety net.
I wonder if, obviously, one of Zach's practice partners is Neil Raybone, and obviously Hiten's good mates with Neil. I wonder if Neil's been on the phone to him and sort of saying, come on, do Zach a favour.
Looks like he's going to go about this in a positive way, but positive way. I thought that went. I thought he was just going to play a safety shot off that. He was trying to make it. Or was he just trying to slide it by and take the pocket? I don't know.
I don't think we're going to get an all-out Phil Harrison here. I think, personally, I would just probably pot a red and then play the cue ball up behind the red that's on the rail, second shot. He's going to play the loss of turn.
Doesn't need to, though. That red does pass the yellow to bottom left, so this is more about trying to take a piece of the table here for Hiten Patel. Limits the options.
I think if I was Hiten here, I'd be playing the yellow that's closest to the 8 ball and sort of you're behind in the frame, but make Phil work for it.
Clip, 2 cushions.
I think some players would, but I can't see that from Phil.
He's in such a commanding position that it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But finding the balance between the right time to take that aggressive play and not is actually not that easy to do for the master, though.
He's not happy with that. But not left. Too easy for Hiten. Maybe he can just play the yellow down and just bring it into play a little bit.
Doesn't want this in. Clever shot, but probably just going to be responded to. Phil can see the red to the bottom left, but he can't. He's looking up the table.
I think in a way that sort of indicates where Hiten's mindset is as well. Like it's turned out to be an okay shot, but I don't think Hiten wants to be standing there playing this type of frame.
No, he wants it wide open, doesn't he? Just take on some finishes and try and get the victory that way.
And that's why he's looking to see if this is a plant and he's going all out attack.
Is it a plant? But is it? It looks like it's a plant off the red. I don't think it's anywhere near the pocket. As my eyes deceive me. It wasn't.
Second prize though, and Phil wanted to come to the table and not having to break that red ball out where he's now going to have to work something out if he wanted to go. I don't think Phil's going to go. I think he's seen the way Hiten's looking at the table and he's just going to force Hiten to do it.
going. He's playing the double. If you play the double without moving the yellows, then Hiten still has to develop them if he was to miss at some point. So it's sort of aggressive with control. He's as good as it gets when it comes to doubles as well. His high standards, not a particularly taxing double.
Just gonna cue this one nicely and bring the cue ball back. It's important you stay still on this shot. Just saw a little bit of body movement there and forces the miss, and there's a cross double on here for Hiten if he wanted to attack.
No, he wants to attack. It's there. Cue ball's not though.
So unfortunate on that kiss, but it's still there, and if you can just get the pot, the cue ball comes round 3 rails, he's naturally on the yellow.
It's twice tonight that Hiten's played a shot with quite a lot of side and misjudged the throw. It's that very thick.
It's not easy for Phil. I expect him to get it, but feels quite a big and edgy frame, doesn't it?
And it's shortening the matchup here. 7 minutes gone already.
He's pulling back, I think.
Beautiful. Full-blooded.
It's a classic Phil where he was shaking his head, and I'm getting drawn in, sat here in the commentary box.
You said you don't watch when you play him out. Has to win this frame. The length of time has gone on. Just take all the pressure off himself if he can win this frame. He should. It's not guaranteed.
Just a little bit too far there, and
Not often I disagree with Phil's route. I'd have been tempted to go into the centre pocket first. I know he wasn't going to get behind the little pot, but then you've got all the space in the world to land on the 8 ball. Of course, Cosmo, that's an excellent shot.
it's there.
Over 8 minutes played, Jamieson takes a 1-0 lead in a match that all he has to do is avoid defeat. He'll feel a lot better. When he missed that ball to the top right corner and the cross double went in, he would have feared the worst. And all of a sudden it changes again, and pressure comes off.
I think on that shot that Hiten played the cross double, he deserved a lot better to be on a choice of the 2 yellows, really. He was unfortunate with the cannon, played the double right, and sometimes when the night's gone away from you like that, them little things just don't go for you.
Still surprised that he missed the pot in the centre and missed it by so far.
It's a great break from Phil, and as big players do, they smell blood and they take advantage, and I fully expect Phil to go 2-0 up and put himself in pole position for progress through for the night.
It's like a slow developing break, that one. Didn't quite flush it, but it come out nice. wants to be straight in top left, I think. It's not quite there, so step on top right.
I think there's just enough gap between the red and the yellow for Phil to play position with the cue ball on the left hand side of the table and just come around 2 rails.
Say that could he have done with an extra turn? That touch straighter just to sort of get through the gap.
He needs to make sure he doesn't fall short on this red, because he'll be going into the 2 yellows, which makes position onto the last more harder. So maybe aim for the yellow that's towards the middle of the table as a guide.
I'm not there. Loaded it up with check side, and it really gripped on him. He hits the yellow full in the face, which was the plan. He's perfect.
He's going to have to just pull back here and hope for a mistake from Hiten.
Extension calls.
I think there's an argument here to just come off the side rail and just leave the cue ball where the red is in the bottom left.
He's going to bend it.
That was close.
Got there. Now a frame that Hiten Patel should win. Great starter here, but should take control of this frame.
Hiten's going for these.
Did great as he was good pot, but not quite got the cue ball where he wanted to. Too much angle on this one. That's very, very, very good.
Play a soft cannon into the yellow to the right of the 2 of them together.
I thought he was straight enough he could just kill this one in and then play that one to right centre. Maybe he's got the angle. Yeah, no, he could kill it in. That's why I thought it was so good, because he landed straight. It gives him the option to keep it simple.
Have that.
Thought he was going to go right centre.
I think that's one of them where you sort of get your frustration out in the same shot.
Could have come out a lot better.
Tricky one to the middle. How much Zach is willing this yellow to go in.
Right hinges on this shot right now. He's played it in a clever way though. Don't think he's left the red bottom left, therefore not easy for Phil.
So you've got the
Double.
double.
Big pocket double. Just going to cover the pocket, doing the right thing. And he hasn't left the loss of turn as well, which is good for him.
That's a clever shot because the clock's in Phil's favour as well. So
Draw's been good enough, isn't it? We'll lose 2 from here.
see, I wonder if there was an argument there for pop the yellow and then sort of glue the cue ball onto the yellow and snooker Phil in the same shot.
It's okay, Phil, it's worked out really well. You're forcing Hiten to play the yellow on the right hand side, which is what you wanted to do. I thought he'd gone in off for a second, which is why he jumped off it.
wonder if Hiten, if he has to play the one, can he double the yellow off the red into the corner? Not quite sure if it's on.
That's gearing up for a big shot of some sort. Maybe not.
Not sure about this.
Yeah, that's no good. He was trying to weld the cue ball to the yellow. You sort of almost touched on it before, didn't you? Could you get to that yellow? But it looked like even if he got the shot perfect, he'd leave the red to bottom left. And the red, he was always going to move this red far enough to go. So that was super high tariff for him. It's going to cost him the frame. Not quite seal the night for Phil Harrison, but all but seal the night for Phil.
I thought Hiten could have just attempted to play the yellow to the top right. If he doesn't pot it, then Phil's still not going to attack.
Under 4 minutes to go on the night. Phil Harrison is 2-0 up and already won his previous 2 matches. It's amazing how this night almost feels like it's come down to one shot. And this shot, in the very first match of the night, Phil Harrison came up with that, turned things around.
If he loses that, if that doesn't go in, Zach sits on 3 out of 3 and he's through.
There's nothing Phil can do, exactly. Yeah. If everything else played out exactly the same way, and Phil doesn't make that shot, Zach Cooper is through. Very first match of the night. It was such a brilliant shot from Phil.
There's a chance here for Hiten if he can knock in a quick finish. So that the night's not completely over for Zach.
3 frames from here though, but this is a great chance for one of them.
He's just not had that cue ball under control all night, has he?
He had to be short or straight at worst. He's rerouting again. It's probably fair to say it's always been Hiten's weakest point. It's where he does get himself into trouble. He relies on his potting and his shot making. It's hard to keep delivering on that front. Prime example here. That shot where he was coming across the table and he needed to land turn or 2 short straight absolute worst. Goes 2 or 3 past straight. That essentially made the chance 10 times harder.
Phil will probably be honest, he's not been at his ultimate best tonight, but what he's done is played with experience and knowledge and sort of pulled out the finish at the right time and the right moments of the match. And if you look at darts, like James Wade, that type of player is perfect at getting the critical finish at the right time, and Phil's just done that all night tonight.
Did it in both the first matches, didn't he? I mean, obviously we've just shown you that brilliant shot that he played to essentially just change the whole momentum of that first match completely. In the second match it came down to a tactical exchange of 2 or 3 classy shots from Phil, laying really good snookers and then very clinical finish afterwards. It's those key moments he's won tonight.
This is his victory lap. Do you think we'll see Phil get better and better as the season goes on? And
I don't know with Phil. He talked at the beginning of the night about putting the time in. He's annoyed here because he's left a bad angle.
He's perfect.
He's fine. But he's a player that you feel like he's tracking, and then all of a sudden he'll put together a couple of poor performances, and he's been so hot and cold with ultimate ball. That's a beautiful shot.
And there we go. I told you he was perfect.
He is now.
Get this man an Oscar.
That was a very flamboyant shot, just to arc it through the gap. Good to watch.
You see the little fist pump there. Phil knows that's all done. Victory for the night, 3 out of 3. Easy work.
Yeah, he's done and dusted. I say he's won the key moments, hasn't he? He's done what he needed to do, and he's not been flawless. He needed some help, especially the first frame here, and missed that ball to top right. Hiten Patel couldn't take advantage of it. You know, there was a couple of moments in this match that Hiten could have done more with. It's a body of work over the course of the night. It's those key moments that he's won. We haven't had many occasions where the top seeds come through these groups, but we have tonight, week 6. We've seen a number of top seeds, including the number 1 of them all, Tom Cousins, fall short, not Phil Harrison. Finish off with a golden break? No, not quite, but maybe a quick, we could do a very quick break finish here.
Come on, Phil, for the fans.
Yellow balls in.
He's heard us.
Yeah, he's trying. 25 seconds.
I've never seen him play so quick.
He's going to run just short of time. He's going to try, but it's not going to be. Phil Harrison, though, gets the job done. More comfortable in the end than perhaps it could have been early on in the final match. But Phil Harrison makes it 3 from 3. The top seed tonight makes it through to the second stage of the Champions League. Looking forward to hear what he's got to say about his night's work. He'll join us after the break.